All right, welcome back. So today the wheel chose this pattern. Many of you may know it, call it Rivendell or the Elven City or Lord of the Rings. However you want to look at it, it's a fantasy castle by the river, a waterfall. Now this is a 16 count. I do also have this pattern in a 18 count. I have not tried or ordered this in an 11 count. I will compare the two at some point between the 16 and the 18 count. I do believe this also comes in a 14 count now also. And this is from, let's see, VIP Cross Stitch. And I believe they have it in 11, 14, 16, and 18 counts now. This particular one has 33 colors. And of course with 16 count, you're only going to use 2 threads. And today we're going to start oh, excuse me, sorry about that. We're going to be starting on these red boxes, and we're going to be starting over here. I apologize, I was not ready. You would think I'd be ready. I'm going to try to zoom you in a little bit. So we're going to be starting here. Now we have these small red boxes with a yellow line, the yellow around it, and the solid red. So I'm going to have to pay attention and make sure that I'm not stitching the wrong one. Really wish they wouldn't put like symbols like that next to it, especially like symbols and like colors. It's pretty much the same color except one's surrounded by yellow, like that one, and one's just a solid red. So this is, what are we, day 4? Yesterday or last video we worked on the Joy Sunday Snowman kit. Where's the pattern to this? I would like to see one of these finished. I don't know if anybody out there has finished one of these. Whether that be the 11 count, 16, 18 count. It's a very nice pattern. It's just going to take a while to finish. Like any of our other projects that we all have out there. What's the saying? Go big or go home. We tend to choose the bigger ones that is going to take us a lifetime to finish. Maybe our grandkids will finish them one day. So for these Stitch Mania videos, as you can see, I'm doing one new start every day. And then I'm doing a short Stitch With Me video. And those Stitch With videos are only going to be just one length of floss. Because any more than that, these videos would be way too long. The Stitch With Me videos are going to be roughly a half an hour or so already as it is. I don't really want them to be any longer than that. Right, see, I need to see. See, I can't tell if I'm supposed to have 3 there. I'm supposed to have 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like, you have a million designs and symbols and colors out there, yet you want to stick the same colored symbols and same like symbols next to each other. And it's not just this company. A bunch of the other companies do it too. Some companies are more bad about doing it than others. And I understand they're trying to crank these patterns out as fast as they can. They're just throwing pictures into programs and just printing them out. There's no quality check, I don't think, to make sure it's easy for the consumer to be able to read it or see it or anything like that. They're just cranking out patterns and whatever symbol their computer program that they use puts with that pattern. There isn't anybody sitting there and friggin' quality checking to make sure that it's easy to read, or you know, there's no like symbols or colors next to each other where it's going to be hard to read, or how many colors it goes into a pattern, because that's also been a problem. There's been patterns where there's just not enough colors at all. Or I've seen a lot of people have customs done. I mean, I've even seen it with regular patterns that you buy, where a lot of it's just the 310 or 939, their computer program is not picking up on subtle shadows and stuff like that. Their computer's just recognizing it as dark or black. So what you're getting is a pattern of just pretty much all black, or all 939, which is a dark navy blue, which is almost black. Especially if you stick black and 939 next to each other, it almost looks identical. I think if these companies figured that out and they had some kind of quality control, as far as that goes, some of these patterns would be beautiful if they look at how many colors it comes with, and if they can print symbols and colors right. All right, let me see. Trying to see if those are two, or if those are yellow ones. It looked like those are two regular ones. But now I gotta try to figure out where on the pattern here I am. Alright, that's that. Alright, so this is a red one. The one above this one is not. So now we're gonna jump. We're gonna go over here. It's actually maybe a good thing I'm doing this red color first. Get them out of the way. That way I know any other red ones are going to be those yellow outline ones, these yellow outline ones. The other thing I'd like to see these companies start doing, a little while ago they had started doing it. They had started putting QR codes, you know, on the pattern, or the, you know, on the sheet here. That way, if anything ever happened to your pattern, you had the QR code to back up to it, whether it's a smudge, or you yourself got it wet, or you lost it, or it got tore, or... I know, again, it's probably a little bit, it's going to be a little bit more on our side as far as logistics goes, to be able to print all those QR codes and do all that. But again, the production value and the value of your pattern and your company is going to be so much more that I think it would be worth it to some of these companies to put in that little bit of extra time to do that for their consumers. And again, I know it's a lot of it is work on the other side, and I do understand that, and I get it. But if you're like me, if you have ever had to email a company about a pattern that's been smudged or, ruined for some reason, or you can't read it, or something to that effect, it is easy enough for you to email these companies and they'll get back to you fairly quickly with a PDF pattern. Now, if they already have that at their disposal and they have that right there that they can send it to you that quick, to put in the little bit of extra time to just be able to include that with your pattern when you already order it. Now, do they not do that because they worry about copywriting and all that stuff? I don't know. I can't speak for them, but I know a lot of these budget companies tend to already copyright images from other designers without giving them credit, so I don't know for sure if that's why they do it. But I have seen plenty of patterns out there that I know other designers have put out that these budget-friendly companies are, mass producing and re-putting out. And I feel bad for the designers because they're not making, they put a lot of effort and time into making those patterns and doing all that for us. And these companies are, just mass producing it. And they're not getting anything on the backside of it. But in some people's defense, some people don't know that these patterns are being copyrighted. There's been patterns I've gotten through these companies that I've been informed have been copyrighted that I wasn't aware of. That one looks like a yellow squared one. So we're just going to go there. I can kind of almost tell the yellow squared ones look like tinier boxes of red. But when you get them right next to each other, sometimes it can be hard to tell. And I know I'm going to miss ones here and there. Like, I think I missed one right there. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to go back and look at the pattern at some point to make sure I didn't miss any. And yes, this is confetti heavy in a bunch of places. Like here's not too bad. I could go through here with yellow. This red's not too bad through here. I am traveling and carrying my floss. But again, it will be stitched over. And I'm not traveling too far. I'm not traveling any more than 4 or 5 spaces maybe. And with 16 count, you're not traveling all that far. Like not as far as you would think, say if you were traveling with, say, 11 count. Your traveling doesn't look that bad. And you're not gonna have to over stitch, you know, that much. So I will tend to travel a little bit further on higher accounts than say on 11 count. 11 count is, sorry about the shaking. 11 count is a lot more noticeable than say obviously 16 count. You can notice you're traveling a lot more. Again, I don't know how much like noticing it, because again, it is, most projects are full coverage, especially for me. So I know that it's going to get stitched over anyway in the back. You're not going to see through, and it's not going to be too much of a big of a deal. The only thing you kind of have to worry about again is if you're going to worry about running out of thread. If you're going to be traveling that much. But usually these companies are pretty good about knowing if you have a lot of confetti like this and you're going to be traveling a little bit. They do send you enough thread that you're going to need. So we're going to end this thread off here. And again, I'll try to show you how. I'll go under here. I'll go under that same one again. And then if I have enough, I'll do that twice. So I'll go under here. And then I'll go under the same one. And then typically I'll go just past, and I'll go under one. If I have enough just to be safe for my peace of mind, I'll go under an extra 2. And if I don't go through those twice like that, sometimes I'll just run it through, I'll just run it straight through 4 or 5 under. And I'll end it off. I do have another way where I end it off. Depending on what section I'm in, I kind of end it off in a box. So it's really contained to about 4 stitches, and this is just a little general area. Instead of running it across this way, I'll just run it around in a circle and end it off that way. Depending on what project I'm working on and what area I'm in. So that's what we got done. Just that little bit there. So I want to thank my new subscribers, my returning subscribers. I would also like to ask, if you like this video, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit that notification bell. Make sure you hit the notifications all. That way you know when my next video comes out. And please leave a comment, and I will always get back to everybody. And I will see you in the next video.